good. How are you?
Good?
Good. Thank you very much. Just waiting for my show to start. She said, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back and make me your wife. A big ass bug. What's happening? Good morning. Good afternoon. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back to me. Very sad, tragic tale. Billy was leaving to be a hero. They needed someone to toe the line. We need a hero. It's Billy. The whole platoon is trapped. Billy volunteers to bring us back some extra men. Billy's hand went up in a moment, and these were all the words she said. She said, Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. She said, Billy, don't be a hero, come back and make me a wife. And as they started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back to me. Billy did not use his head low. Someone's calling me. Small town. It's a small town. It's a civil war. They needed men. The soldier boys were marching down Main Street. They needed extra men, and Billy's hand went up in a moment. And this girl said, Billy, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back and make me your wife. And as he started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back to me. I used to cry in 4th grade when this song came on because I thought Billy made the ultimate sacrifice for others. Billy didn't come back. She didn't get her man back. She got a letter. The letter said, Billy died a hero. She was like, I told him to keep his bitch head low, and he didn't do it. It's one of the most beautiful songs. I always thought that Mary J. Blige should remake that song. What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob. I'm back. I took a week's vacation. I was in jail. But it's all good. The paper boy dropped all the charges, so I think I'm going to be okay. Shall we get on with the news and views you can use if you choose? I didn't do 3 o'clock because last night I had a very crazy night. I did some walking and talking. I walked all the way from Connecticut it to Bangor, Maine. Bangor? I didn't even know her. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Shall we get on with it? I see Vinny's in the house. Hi, Vinny. That's my cousin Vinny. Last night, I had one of my clubs had a huge night. We had Travis Scott. I look like a nerd. We had Travis Scott. We had half the NBA. Hey, Boogie with the hoodie. Travis Scott, check the bag. Rev's here. Rev, I called you. Go Niners. Hell yeah, go Niners. I have not seen any football. Let me know, David, if you got the score. I woke up. My friend called me and said, are you doing the news today? I go, yeah. I look at the clock. It's 3:06. I go, what the hell? I do the news at 3. So today is a very special edition of the 4 o'clock Boogie Bob. I had a week off. I want to thank Rev for holding down the channel. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. I did a lot of walking and talking last night. And I woke. I got home. I uploaded, I don't know, 50 videos, 60, 70 videos. A lot of videos, a lot of shorts, a lot of shorties. Let's get on with the news. This is the first news I've done in 3 months. 1, 2, 3 months. Nursery crimes. I don't even know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this. I hope that the little baby is still with us. Usually when they put them on there, it's bad. Bronx daycare owner and the neighbor were charged after a toddler's overdose death. And here's the daycare. And it looks like a pigsty. Guys, I don't have any kids. Some of you do, and most of you have grandkids. I looked it up on the internet last night, on the web. It's called the web. Apparently, to have grandkids, you have to have kids. And I did not know this. Also, to have kids, you have to go, which I have never done. So that's probably why I'm 60 with no kids. But I got a feeling this is going to be my year. I might not go, but I might go. I might. Anyways, I like to teach on this channel. You have to be very, 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 very careful when your children are involved. Bronx daycare owner Gray Mendez de Ventura and her neighbor Carlisto Acevedo Brito were charged Saturday in the death of 21-month-old Nicholas. Look at his angel. Can you imagine this is your baby and you send him just to the daycare and he doesn't come home? And the sickening of 2 other toddlers and an infant from substance believed to be fentanyl. They should go to prison for life. Found in the facility. So you got a daycare center and a guy's got fentanyl sitting somewhere and a little baby goes, ooh, candy. That is sickening. Did you guys see Lauren Boebert? RJ knows Lauren Boebert. She represents Colorado. I find her to be one of the most despicable women on the planet. Looking down her nose at everybody else. Meanwhile, she's a alleged escort from back in the day. I don't judge her for that, but I judge her for judging others. So she went to, looked like a beautiful theater in Denver, huge, for Beetlejuice. Don't say it 3 times, your head will shrink. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. She went to see Beetlejuice. She had on an extremely low-cut dress. I mean, she looked amazing. Her bosom was out. Really out. Okay, that's her prerogative. She's an adult. She's Miss Conservative, remember. She is going through a divorce, allegedly, apparently. She was on a date with some man. She started vaping. There's a camera filming her. If you type in Lauren Boebert right now, all the videos will come up. It's insane. She's at a Broadway show vaping. And there's a pregnant woman behind her, asked her to stop. She refused. Vaping at a damn show. Okay. The man proceeds to grab her breasts. He's all over her breasts. She proceeds to practically give the guy a hand job. She's got her hands all in his crotch. With that said, they were standing up. She was the only one in the whole theater. The theater holds like 5,000 people. She's standing up. She's singing the words, and she's constantly can't go to a Broadway show. They don't want you to take pictures, but they certainly don't want you to take pictures with your black on. She's like click, 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 taking selfies, smoking, giving hand jobs, getting sexually molested. They kick her out. She starts with the, do you know who I am? I'm Lauren Boebert. They're like, I don't give a shit, get out. She refused to leave the lobby. They kicked her out of the theater. She went to the lobby, refused to leave. Then the cops had to come. Then she starts flipping everybody else off. Can you imagine flipping people off? I would never. I would never. Anyways, so her team put out a press statement. She didn't vape. That's smoke from the stage. There was smoke on the stage, even though she's 50 rows back. It's smoke from the stage. It looked like she was vaping. Well, she's in 4K video, bro. Doing this. So she had to come out the next day and say, yes, I was vaping. But I didn't even think I was vaping. When I was vaping, somehow I didn't know I was vaping. I forgot all about it. I've been going through a divorce, guys, and it's public and it's messy, so I didn't know I was vaping. That's her thing. She should be kicked out of there. They won't. The Republican guys won't do a thing. I promise you. Sexually assaulting, I don't use the word assaulting, sexually gratifying her date. Listen, I've been to a lot of movies where, you get a little touchy-feely if you can. Especially when you're 18, you reach over, put your arm around her back, and then This guy wasn't doing that, bro. This guy was practically making love to her. Anyways, Laura Boebert, I've never cared for her, and I care less now. She's a despicable person. She got caught with her hand in the cookie jar. And by cookie jar, I mean his balls. Insulting. That's what they're calling it. Maybe you tell me if this is insulting. I don't think it is, but I don't know nothing about it. A San Gennaro face stuffing contest. Off the menu at this year's feast. Belittle Italy. Instead of Little Italy, it's Belittle Italy. This guy's got a couple of damn, what do they call, cannolis in his mouth. It's an eating contest. They've had these everywhere for decades. Gennaro Festival of yore are better stuffers on Coney Island. They didn't leave the cannoli. Now that's a famous line from Godfather, where he says they shoot the guy and kill him to get out of the car, and the guy turns to him and says, leave the gun, take the cannoli. Famous line. They didn't leave the cannoli. All the competitors eating contests, the cannoli, zeppoli, meatball, and pizza. Wow, the only thing missing is shrimp and blowjobs. I don't know why they left that off the menu. I'm sorry, I apologize. It's a San Gennaro Fest because organizers don't think the spectacles are representative of the Italian culture and heritage. I could see their point, but I also see it's a fun festival. People want to have an eating contest. It seems like they're looking down their nose at the hot dog people. Well, we don't do that here. We're Italian. But those dirt bags on Coney Island, they do it. They eat hot dogs. These guys are making out. These guys are literally making out right here. A couple standing there making out. Ah, to be young and dumb and full of you know what in New York City. Look at this lovely couple right here. 20 minutes of them doing that. I say get a room. That's love. What's love got to do? Yes, it was Laura and Boebert. This guy, his hands, look at that. His tongue is deep in her mouth, but his hands are on her waist. He's a gentleman. Let's see if he slides the hand down. Now that's a Boogie Bob move I patented in the early 80s. The old, I'll hold you gently and then I'll slide my hand down. I mean, guys, I think it's beautiful, but they're in public. What if some creep with a TV show started filming them? That would be very creepy. And they're literally standing there. That's love. Look, they let go of each other. All right. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, they're holding hands. To be young and in love in New York City. What a lucky. God bless them. Kevin Spacey just ran up and grabbed his ass. I don't know why he would do that. I find it insulting. But what are you going to do? Anyways, so they're upset. Look, I don't think this is considered representative of the wonderful Italian people. I just think it's a guy at the thing. I don't know why he's got the Disney hat on. I think it's a guy just eating a bunch of cannolis trying to have fun. Sore losers, Wisconsin boozers. A Milwaukee bar has called an audible on the much ballyhooed promotion, rewarding patrons with free booze whenever the Jets lose. Oh, they're going to be drunk. Jets lose a lot. Milwaukee, I think that's because Aaron Rodgers left the Packers, and I was a Packer, but that was in college. I believe they called me a fudge packer, but I don't understand. A Milwaukee bar has called an audible on a much ballyhooed promotion, rewarding patrons with free booze whenever the Jets lost. It's now banking on replacing the quarterback Zach Wilson flopping. Owners of Jack's American Pub have amended their Jets lose, you win deal after gangrene long-time Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers to a season. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers was going to be my dreaded enemy. I'm a Niner fan. I'm allowed to like the Jets because it's a different division, and I can't like the Giants. I'll just say I don't hate the Jets. I'm a New Yorker. I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, but I'm allowed to like the Knicks. I've lived here 30 years. So, Aaron Rodgers was going to be the big savior of the Jets. He's coming to New York. They have, for 1 year now, had posters and commercials and people like, oh, Aaron Rodgers mania, it's going to be the greatest season of all time. They're already guaranteeing a Super Bowl. So it's the first game of the season last week. He started. The fans lost their mind. He's here. Our savior's here. They haven't won a Super Bowl. The Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since 1969. So Aaron Rodgers is a big hero. He's going to save New York. They put him in the game. He lasted 3 plays, and then he tore out his Achilles tendon. He is out for the season. 3 plays. 1, 2, 3 plays. So the Jets' savior is now crippled, at least for the year. I wish him luck and success. I was actually hoping he's a veteran. He's a Hall of Fame veteran. He's an amazing quarterback. And he probably could have, hey girl. could have did some great things. What was I talking about? Macy's Day Parade? I can't remember something. I lost my dumbbell awards. Scientists were given top honors for counting nose hairs. I have 11 nose hairs. And studying anchovies sexual activity at this year's Ig Nobel Prizes. A parody of the Nobel Prize. So there's people that got scientists get what's called a grant. They get funded. And some people get funded for cancer research. Some people get funded for studying the human biology. Well, this guy got money given to him to study nose hairs. Counting nose hairs. I have 11. Scientists were given the top honors for counting nose hairs and studying anchovy sexual activities. Have you ever seen an anchovy get it on? It's quite sexy. It's quite sexy. A group of scientists from India, China, Malaysia, and the U.S. landed the top prizes for transforming a dead wolf spider into a gripping tool. I say leave them damn spiders alone. Hey, teacher, leave them spiders alone. All right, let's get on with the news. Hulk Hogan. Former pro wrestler, Hulk Hogan. You know how I became friends with Hulk Hogan? I was a big shot at Planet Hollywood and Motown and the Harley Davidson Cafe, all three at the same time. And he used to frequent them. And he'd see me all the time. And I was a big shot. I walk around, do what I want, when I want. I was the owner of my coat check and my bathroom. And he used the bathroom, and I actually kind of befriended him because Jimmy, the mouth of the South Heart, his manager, the guy at the megaphone, was always with him and say hi to Jimmy. And everybody wants to say Hulk, 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 Hulk. Well, I'm, as a wrestling fan, knew his real name was Terry Boulay. So I would call him Terry. And somehow, me and Hulk became good friends because I wasn't no longer a fan, I was a peer. Hey, Ter. I think I started calling him Ter. Hey, Ter. Hey, brother. You eating your vitamins and saying your prayers? I go, well, I do say prayers. I haven't never taken a vitamin. Hulk Hogan. Former pro wrestler Hulk Hogan and ex-heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson are peddling flavored nicotine vapes to the children. They're saying now the vape is worse than the cigarettes. People say, I quit cigarettes. I only vape now. In fact, Lauren Boebert is vaping at concerts at a damn Broadway show. What a dumb piece of crap. Last night I'm on the train. I took the train all by myself. And there's a lady on the train vaping. Vaping. I was at work last year at Marquee, and I'm talking to one of my workers. I go, okay, so tonight we got a pretty big party coming in at 6 o'clock. He goes, yeah. What do you think? And I go, dude, are you vaping in front of me right now? Oh, no, it's just vape. I go, you ain't vaping at work, dude. What the f? I'm the owner, and you're going to vape while we're in a conversation. Guys, I want you to wear your good uniform. Oh, I will. I want you to be on time. Oh, absolutely. And I want you guys to have a good time. It's going to be a great... He's looking at me like I'm crazy because I don't want him vaping at work. Guys, you can't vape. I've had 3 or 4 workers. I don't go to work very often, but when I do, I've had 3 or 4 workers in the last year think, oh, well, vaping is okay. It's not. Mike Tyson has a huge marijuana company now, and his vaping is not, I promise you, it's not cigarette vapes, it's marijuana vapes. Vapes are popular among teens. Even the Food and Drug Administration has made moves to crack down on the sale of this product. Mike Tyson and Hulk Hogan have been pushing disposable vapes wrapped in loud, colorful packaging designed through their brands. Tyson 2.0 and Immortal by Hulk Hogan. The devices are sold in fruity and dessert flavors such as apple, strawberry shortcake, and cotton candy. Critics flame the muscleheads for pushing products geared for young vapors. For so-called celebrities to promoting products they are dangerous for kids, it's a sad day. I've never tried it. Maybe some of you have. I don't think it's appropriate for children to be vaping. But look, someone can vape right next to you, you can't even smell it. So I guarantee you these morons are in class. I don't know if they have the desk anymore where you used to lift the desk. Hi teacher, hold on, let me get my book. And you lift the desk. Laura Boebert was vaping at Beetleton. If you guys haven't seen it, just type in Lauren Boebert. It's Laurenboe Bert. Go to YouTube. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's do it right now. I'm gonna let you guys see Lauren Boebert. Okay. Boebert Theater. Now, guys, remember, she said she wasn't vaping. It was clouds from the thing. Now there she is. That's her and her man. Look. First of all, she's dancing at the thing. Okay, here we want to have fun. Have your little fun. Okay. And here's security. There's a lady behind her, a pregnant lady. There she is vaping. Look. No, that's not vaping. There's a pregnant lady asking her to stop and her telling her no. Now you're going to see the man grab her titties. Well, there's her getting kicked out. There she's flipping off everybody. There's your congresswoman, guys. There's your congresswoman. No, there's the lady, hold on. I was not vaping. That was stuff from the stage. Here's me not vaping. Look at the smoke from the stage. It actually, she should sue that company because the smoke from the stage went in her mouth. She should be fired just for lying. What happened to the days where we had integrity? Also, he wasn't grabbing my breasts sexually. He was giving me a mammogram. And I was giving him a prostate exam. So I don't know what the big deal is. Cops have busted a Staten Island Oliver Twisted. Now, Oliver Twist was the, please sir, can I have some more? He taught the kids how to steal. Hello. Got me a shorty trying to holler at me right now. Wearing a dress. You got a leather dress with high heels. She's staring at old Boogie Bob like a snack. Maybe she'll come back. This guy had kids stealing for him. Cops busted a Staten Island Fagin. That was the guy's name. Fagin would make the kids steal. Here he is. Here's Fagin. Right there. He made bros steal. Cops busted a Staten Island Fagin who allegedly forced his two younger brothers, 11 and 13, to steal from Manhattan bars and restaurants. They're searching for two other adult handlers running the same scam. Mikael Robinson was arrested Monday and charged with burglarizing 3 lower Manhattan eateries following the exclusive front page story. Now, I was off for a week, so I don't know what that story was. I used to come here to hustle with my brothers, Robinson, 20, told investigators after he identified himself in surveillance video of one of the burglaries. As the two young men left court, Kevin Spacey offered them a ride home. And I don't think they should take it. I don't think they should go anywhere near Kevin Spacey. I'm not doing that. Here's the little angel and his mom. This little boy right here went to this daycare center and found some damn fentanyl. The name of the place is Divino Nino. I'm sure they're out of business right now. Deadly scene. Police entered the Divino Nino Daycare Center in Kingsbridge. Its kitchen is a chaotic mess of open groceries a day after the death of 21-month-old, that's a 2-year-old, almost 2 years old, Nicholas Dominici. The child is believed to have suffered a fatal exposure to fentanyl that also sickened 3 other children. It could have been other kids as well. So let's take away, thank you God for sparing the lives of these others. And we don't know how or why it works, but God needed another little angel. Look at this little angel. Look at his mom. She will never, ever get over this. She'll carry the suffering of losing her beloved little guy. His mother rushed the 2-year-old son to Bronx Care Health System when she realized the child who appeared to have been sleeping was unresponsive. All right, this is bad. If you watch the 70s show, Danny Masterson, I forgot his name on the show, he was always kind of the sexual dirtbag on the show. There was Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, the other dude, and the other dude. Fez, the little foreign kid. And then there was, anybody know his damn name? Danny Masterson. He was just convicted of 2 rapes. There was 6 allegations of rape. He was just convicted and got 30 years in prison. So, bye-bye, douche. You deserve it. They were horrific rapes. Well, now, comedian denies allegations. This is, Russell Brand. Russell Brand is one of the most popular comics, TV stars, movie stars in all of England. He's very, very talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, that security guard just took his bike. What do? You put it in the office?
I don't know. They ain't supposed to be charging their bike up right there. Charging up phones.
I got you.
Charging up his bike right there.
Well, he'll be back. I'll tell him. If I see some brother doing this, looking around like, I'll know it was him. Kid was just charging his bike. If you look right there, you can see chargers on the wall right there. That's for your phone. People sit on there and they charge their phones. And he had his bicycle charging. They just grabbed the bike and ripped it off the wall. And his bike is gone. It was an Uber Eats guy, so he'll be back. I'll be the hero who tells him your bike did not get stolen, it got confiscated. Right? Russell Brand is now charged with as many, or is being accused of as many as 6. Guys, when there's 6 allegations, there's hundreds. Most women do not report it because they feel that A, it's very yucky and messy and traumatizing. B, no one's going to believe them. You're going to believe her, some lady that works at Starbucks, over Russell Brand, the big TV comic guy, or Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, the most powerful man in Hollywood. I shout out these women who are brave enough to come forward. Russell Brand, his image is tarnished. By the way, he's extremely smart, very smart, intellectual. British actor Russell Brand denies claims that he sexually assaulted and or raped at least 4 women who have come forward, according to investigators by 3 different media outlets. Last night he went on YouTube and different platforms. Better get your bitch ass out of here. One of them damn bugs, lantern bug. I apologize, lantern bug, for my outburst. He went on in defense. He did the Donald Trump playbook. Media! It's 4 different women who don't know each other. They're all saying the same allegations, that I sexually assaulted them and choked them. And he has this joke that he used to use on stage all the time. I'm looking for the guy who lost his bike. When he got fellatio he wasn't happy until they were choking and mascara ran down their eyes. If I don't see mascara, I didn't do it right, that kind of thing. Well, the women are complaining that he was saying stuff like that while he allegedly sexually assaulted them. I have a feeling that he will be going to prison. You can't have four, it won't go away. It won't go away. Guys, I'm a little distracted because I'm waiting for the guy to come back. I said, where's my bike? It's right there. He's going to be devastated when he gets there and his bike ain't. El Chapo. El Chapo. His son. The son of the notorious Mexican, good-looking kid. Look at this guy. El Chapo was a multi-billionaire, while his son did not work at UPS. I guarantee you that much. The son of notorious Mexican cartel boss Joaquin El Chapo. Guzman was extradited to the U.S. today, Friday, for drug trafficking and money laundering. A video, Guzman Lopez, 33, was transferred from maximum security. Now remember, El Chapo got out of maximum security like 3 times. You know why? He had so much money, he'd be able to have people come and dig holes under. They one time tunneled from 1.5 miles away under the jail. He went over there, they had cameras in his cell, so he went over to take a poop. And he's just kind of sitting there like this. And all of a sudden his head started slowly going down. And when he went down a tunnel. There was a lot of people paid off for that one. And you feel bad for the guards because you can't tell them no. I am an honest guard. I refuse your bribe. Oh, well then I'll kill you and your family. I'll do it. I will. You don't even have to pay me. I'm going to break you out because I'm on your side, sir. Anyways, his son is looking at life in prison as well, and trust me, they will go after him. Here it is. If you didn't know earlier, there's Lauren Boebert, not looking so happy right now. She was pulling the old, you know who I am? They're like, we don't care. We're getting kicked out. Uh-oh. Looking for the guy, looking for his bike. I'm going to be distracted. I can't have some poor guy. My bike has been stolen twice. I can't have some poor guy looking for his bike. The guard didn't leave a note or nothing. He just grabbed the bike and walked it away. Representative Lauren Boebert squeezed in a quick groping session between vaping and loudly singing during her infamous attendance at the production of Beetlejuice, later blaming her behavior on her divorce. She's groping the guy's balls. Well, I'm going through a divorce, so I groped his balls and smoked vape. And I shot heroin. But that's just because of the security footage from the theater. Denver's Buell Theater. Buell. It looks like a beautiful theater. It's huge. From September 10th shows. See, now this was Democrats. They'd be going, if this was a Democrat, they'd be going, she did it on September 10th? The day before 9/11? This is insane. I blame Obama. By the way, did you know that Obama's biggest scandal while he was in the White House for 8 years, they lost their mind on Fox News? He wore a tan suit. It's amazing. If you type in Obama tan suit, watch this. Obama tan suit. This guy over here is facing 91 felonies, but Obama had the tan suit scandal. Watch this. This should be amazing.
The president came out addressing reporters on Thursday, and he was wearing this tan suit.
President Obama's decision to wear a light tan suit at yesterday's news conference. He was wearing a tan suit.
Light tan suit. I think it was shocking to a lot of people. Is this an effort to make him look warmer? No way. I think any of us can excuse what the president did yesterday. I mean, and then for him to walk out. I'm not trying to be trivial here, but in a light suit, light tan suit, also known as Tangate.
Tan suit, and how the tan suit made him look unpresidential.
Whoever talked him into going into a tan suit, they're so desperate because of these low poll numbers, they're willing to do anything.
The tan suit made him look unpresidential.
It'd be different if it was just one. There are thousands. If you type it in Google, thousands of mentions of like, it's insane. First 9/11 and now a tan suit. I love the one Trumper guy at the rally goes, I really hated Obama. Well, why did you hate him so much? 9/11. You hated Obama for 9/11? Yeah. What exactly for? He didn't do nothing to stop it. Well, that's because he was 4 years old living in Chicago, you moron. All right. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. They're estimating that each migrant gets $40,000. Where do I sign? I could use $40,000 right now. I'm just going through here. I'm picking and choosing because there's a lot of stuff I don't want to bring any death. Haunting, scary good. A haunting in Venice. Managed to scare away its competition. There's my guy who always watches my news. Say hi. They're watching.
Hi. Hi.
You got 50 people watching you. The Haunting in Venice managed to scare away its competition. The third film in the murder mystery of Kenneth Branagh. I don't care. We've had our very first 2023 West Nile death in Jersey. Why is it always Jersey? Rev, why is it Jersey? Hi Karina, hi Jason, hi Ambrose, hi RJ. New Jersey's first West Nile virus death of the year reported on Friday.
Hey, you want to be on TV?
The death is in Bergen County is among 8 cases reported so far this year by mosquitoes.
Doing your job, doing your job.
By the way, this guy always does it. Always walks up and stands right beside me like this. Today, before anyone got it, he was standing here with me. He's pulling a Mitch McConnell. And I'm never going to be rude. I was like, dude. Doesn't he understand that I'm a huge YouTuber with 48 people? Princess died. Her new book. Her brand new book, even though she's been dead 30 years. I would never be queen. No, she was not going to be queen. Charles always had Camilla in mind. Now look at Camilla. Camilla is now Queen of England. Does that look like a happy couple? Here's Princess Di in happier times with her children, William and what's his face? Yes. Welcome everybody to the fancy dinner. We have Sir William and Sir what's his face. How are you today? Bloody well, bloody well. Sir William, are you doing well? I'm doing great. Sir, what's your face? Are you doing well? Lovely. Bloody lovely. Sir William and Sir what's his face? What's his face? I forgot his name. Oh boy. This guy's running around stomping on lantern rods. There's a big push in New York on all the news channels for you to walk around and stomp on them. I see people literally walking 10 feet out of their way to go stomp on them. I'm not doing it. Look at this. $100,000 politician helped me pay my vet bill. A Brooklyn socialist hits up pals on a $3,000 tab for a tabby. For crying out loud. They spell fur, F-U-R. 6-figure earning. Oh, I get it. She makes $100,000. And she's going, guys, I honestly don't believe in that. you make $100,000, you shouldn't be going to GoFundMe. You have more money than most of the people you're asking. She has a $3,000 tab. I just spent $5,000 on Chucky last month, 2 months ago. I ain't got no money. This morning I ate my breakfast out of a dumpster at Taco Bell. So it was actually pretty good. I got a fajita. So it's a score. Big score today. Tomorrow I'm hoping for a chalupa. Slightly used chalupa. This lady makes $100,000 a year and she's hitting up her friends. This must be embarrassing to be in the paper, put on blast. She's hitting them up for a $3,000. She's got a $3,000 bill. And this woman's asking for people to pay for it. I find that. Get in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think. A socialist Brooklyn Assemblywoman Emily Gallagher shamelessly broke out the tin cup to cover emergency surgery for her ailing cat. By the way, God bless her and her cat. I'll donate $100 right now. If that helps. She has $100,000 a year. She makes $100,000 a year. Hopefully she has something in the bank. Gallagher, 39, came up with what she thought was a perfect plan after learning in October that her beloved cat Roland desperately needed emergency surgery to fix a bladder blockage. Okay, so I've had that happen to a couple of my male cats. It'll never happen again because I learned what causes it. They get a bladder blockage because of dry food. The dry food they eat has little tiny crystals in it that accumulate in their urethra, their penis. I don't know if that's even the same thing. Cats have a very, very small, skinny penis, a lot like myself. And a blockage could happen very, very easily. And my Butch, it happened to him, and it happened to Frankie. And with Frankie, it happened to Frankie. He couldn't pee. Sitting around crying for 4 days because he can't pee. And then when he can, it's just pissing on your shoes and other things. And it was horrible. And they removed the blockage, and then it came back. When it came back, they had to butterfly his penis right down the middle. And anyway, so it happens almost exclusively to boy cats. Some of you out there, I'm sure, have had that happen. Anyway, she started a GoFundMe asking for donations for a lovely Roland. I think it is bad faith when you make $100,000. Most people don't make that. I haven't made that in a couple years. This year I will. This year. W.C. Fields used to have a joke. He said, I spent half my money on hookers and gambling. And the other half, I wasted. Come on, bro. Ooh, shit. What you got going here? I spent half my money on hookers and gambling, and the other half I wasted. On an uninvited royal guest, a man was arrested early Saturday after being spotted climbing into the Royal Mews. Now, I don't know what that is. M-E-W-S. Next to Buckingham Palace, London. Officers were alerted to reports at 1:25 a.m. of a man climbing the wall to get into the Royal Mews. What is a mews? I don't know what that is. Get in the comments, guys. Tell me what a mews is. With backs onto the palace garden. It's like a moat. Deaf mom's no signer labor pains. A deaf woman claims NYU Langdon Health robbed her of a once-in-a-lifetime experience by failing to provide a sign language interpreter during the birth of her first child. Guys, when you're deaf, can't hear, you rely on, you see them at concerts and they're doing this. I actually have a really cool video I'm going to be putting up of fake sign language people that have been busted doing fake sign language. Today we had a hurricane, and it was a one, and the sheriff's department doesn't know, so they hire, it's like the guy with the fake violin. They hire a sign language interpreter, and they just do a lot of mumbo jumbo. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, the wind blew, and the guy couldn't. Anyways, it's a big thing. And when they do get busted, there's people at home. Looking to see if the bicycle guy comes back. The bicycle guy ain't came back yet, but someone just sat in his spot. He's charging his phone using the plug. Pretty nice if you're in New York and your phone is dying, you got a place to charge your damn phone. A deaf woman claims that they robbed her of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because they did not provide a sign language person. She wanted to, I'm hoping the baby turns out okay. Anita Brodsky, formerly of Queens, said the neglect occurred during the entire duration of her son's birth, leaving her with unanswered questions about treatment of herself and her newborn baby. She's 36 years old, and her husband, Chris, wanted to have a home birth, but because of possible health complications revealed by scans, ultimately they went to the hospital. Good choice. The couple first went to the Woodfull Hospital in Brooklyn and claimed they requested an ASI interpreter. They didn't get one. So while she's giving birth, she sees the doctor going like this. She ain't hearing nothing. The doctor's wasting his time at this point. So God bless her. I promise you she's suing. A lawyer said, girl, you can get some money. She's suing. Did you guys hear about this guy who went up to JFK Jr.? RFK Jr., I'm sorry. Not JFK Jr. He died in a plane crash. Although many Trumpers think he's actually really the president right now. He's in a hotel room waiting for Donald Trump to come back. It's a real thing. JFK Jr. is really the president. He's never died in a plane crash. It's all fake. Well, RFK Jr. is very much alive. And he is a pariah. Hated by the Democratic Party, even though he's a Democrat. He will be running against Biden. But he's also a huge, huge Trumper. RFK Jr. is a huge Trumper. Well, yesterday, a guy dressed up as a U.S. Marshal. He had guns here and here, the kind under your arms, and he went up to arrest him. He went up to grab him and handcuff him and everything. But he slipped up because when he was trying to get through, they said, who are you with? He said, a U.S. Marshal. I'm actually with RFK's team. Well, he said it to their team members. You don't think the team members know who's part of the team? They arrested the man on the spot. He had guns, he had weapons, he had handcuffs, and he was trying to do something with RFK. Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy. Oh, let's see. I'm just going through here. I don't got... I don't know much, but I know I love you. Something is... Texas Attorney General acquitted on a graft. What does that mean? It means that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton was acquitted by the state Senate at a historic impeachment trial Saturday. The case was turned over to 30 lawmakers Friday to deliberate on 16 articles of impeachment related to allegations of abuse of power. I read the whole story. The guy was 1,000% guilty, but when you're a Republican in Texas, you're not guilty. Look at this. It's downgraded. It's going to be a hurricane. Downgraded storm lashes the Canadian coast. Look at this guy. I'm going to go out. What are you doing, Jim? Oh, I'm going to batten down the hatches, and I'm going to make sure that we have food and water. What are you going to do? I'm going to go windsurfing. Because I'm a moron. Wine buzz kills Vintner. An Italian winemaker reportedly drowned. Ooh. I don't like where this one's going. Hey girl. An Italian winemaker reportedly drowned in a vat of wine after becoming dizzy from the nitrogen gases and falling into the fermenting brew while he was trying to save a colleague. So he died a hero. Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero, please don't drown in the wine. That was horrible. I apologize. Billy, Don't Be a Hero was one of my favorite songs as a child. The soldier men came marching down Main Street. There's something, 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 something. And there I saw poor Billy yelling. Billy was a hero. The men were trapped. They were trapped. And the guy says, his wife before he left to the war said, Billy, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your life. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back and make me your wife. And as they started to go, she said, Billy, keep your head low. Billy, don't be a hero. Come back to me. The first sign of danger. They're trapped on the hillside. The general says, I need a hero to go out and bring us some extra men. Billy's hand went up in a moment, forgetting all the words she said when she said, Billy, don't be a hero. Don't put your hand up. Don't volunteer for shit. Come back and make me your wife. You know what she got? She got a letter of how he died that day. Billy died a hero. You selfish son of a bitches didn't ride out to save anyone. Not all of you, some of you. If you haven't heard it in a long time, you want a good cry, Billy, don't be a hero. He saved all the men. He traded his life for others, which is the most noble thing you can do. This man fell in a vat of wine trying to save his homie. Marco Bettolini, 46, was reaching for a colleague, Albert Pin, 31, when he lost his balance after being overcome by dizziness caused by the fumes, admitting during the winemaking process. It is believed that Pin entered the autoclave of the vat in the winery northeastern Italy around 2 p.m. after noticing the taps were malfunctioning. He fell ill right away by the fumes. When Bettolini's wife told him that day, don't be a hero. Don't go saving your... He didn't listen. He saved this guy. Shout out to him. He followed him, was trying to help him. He was stricken by the fumes himself, fell into the vat of wine, and died. A hero. And drunk. I'm sure he was drunk from the fumes. We're going to go around the world. Now, I went around the world in college. It was not fun. The Craigslist ad said, go around the world sexually. It'll be a lot of fun. I thought, wow, this is going to be fun. Turns out it was a guy. It wasn't as fun as I anticipated. I mean, don't get me wrong. Nice guy. Handsome. But it was not the female that I anticipated. We went around the world and he kept stopping in Uranus. I don't know what that was about. Also, Kevin Spacey showed up a couple times, which was crazy. Today we're going to Germany. Munich City Council added 2 extra days to the famed Oktoberfest. So if you can't get drunk enough in the Oktoberfest, now you can get drunk on November 1st and 2nd. They had to add a couple days. They don't play around over there. The festival, which began Saturday, ends October 3rd, was marred by bad weather and concerns over COVID-19 from 2022. The pandemic resulted in cancellations of 20 and 21. When you go to one of those things, you're eating a lot of bratwurst, hot dogs, and you're drinking warm beer. Brazil. The country's central bank launched a campaign to encourage Brazilians to reclaim their dormant funds, with one unidentified depositor finding more than $500,000 in cash he didn't know about. Who the hell is this guy? I'm looking in my sofa for $4. What are you doing? I saw the Barbie movie last night. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to charge my phone so we can get through the rest of the news. Billy, don't be a hero, don't be a fool with your life. This guy fined $500,000 in a bank he didn't know about. The campaign has begun in March, has so far resulted in more than $800 million that sat dormant in accounts being returned to owners. I bet that bank is like, damn it. These ladies over here are freaking out over the bugs. They're freaking out over the bugs. There's 5 of them, and there, here she comes. Oh God, she's gonna stomp it. She stomped it. Woman just stomped it there, bro. All 5 of them are, look, they're stomping bugs. The girl in the green killed like 6 bugs, and her friend is not. Poor lantern bugs. What did they do besides invade a species? Hold on. Scotland. A Norwegian group erected a statue in Dumfries to thank the Scottish town for helping harbor Norwegian soldiers after the invasion of Norway in World War II. That's a good gesture. This town helped hide soldiers from, I assume, the Nazis. The Scottish-Norwegian connection donated the Stone of Friendship Memorial in recognition of the town's aid during difficult times. Absolutely. Morocco.
You look like disgusting.
A British tourist who narrowly escaped a 6.8 magnitude earthquake. I escaped several earthquakes in my life. I was there for the Bay Area earthquake. That was 8.2, I think, 8.1. I also had earthquakes when I lived in LA, and I had earthquakes when I lived in Turkey. I'm an earthquake magnet. I hope there ain't no earthquake in New York. You're screwed if there's an earthquake in New York. He escaped a 6.8 earthquake in Morocco last week, has decided to pitch in with relief efforts by holding a fundraiser to help the survivors. Rebecca Calvert was hiking through the Atlas Mountains when the quake struck, killing more than 3,000 people. I was off all week, guys, so I didn't get to cover this for you, but it's horrible. Morocco has at least 3,000 confirmed dead and many more to come. That's a horrific. In the Bay Area, when we survived that earthquake, we had like 57. If that. This is horrific. When I had the earthquake in LA, I think there was 11. Maybe less. 3,000 people, bro. After seeing the devastating firsthand, Calvert decided to raise money for the Red Cross. I think it's very noble. I'm not sure why it made it in the paper. Russia. Regional elections in Russia had kicked off strongmen. Got nothing bad to say about that man. I ain't trying to fall. Over 5,000 dead in Libya. Thank you, Ambrose. That's so horrible. I hope that my prayer warriors can get out there and pray for the families of these people who have lost their lives. Regional elections in Russia have kicked off strongman president. Rhymes with Putin. Rhymes with Putin. Rhymes with Vladimir Putin. Although Putin was said that he will not announce his candidacy until the end of the year, analysts say that his campaign for a 5th term in office has already begun, as 10 of his colleagues have turned up All 10 of the people running against him fell down an elevator shaft. That's very, very coincidental and very sad. Vladimir's bloody buddy was buried alive. Days before ruthless... I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Guilty plea in $1 million Vax card racket. Did you hear about the Vax card racket? Guys, if there's a catastrophe, there will always be somebody there to capitalize on it and rip people off. A Long Island nurse who raked in $1.5 million selling fake vaccine cards to morons during the COVID-19 pandemic has pleaded guilty for forgery and money laundering. Julie Devonis, 51, is expected to avoid jail, but must forfeit $1.2 million. She stole $1.5 million, so she's going to walk away with $300 grand. She spent that, I guarantee you. Yikes! Snakes on a train. They ain't got no motherfucking snakes. Erie boa man on the Upper West Side and subway has snakes on a train. I can show you 5 boa constrictors right down the street. I had a boa that I actually have not. I'm going to tell you, probably mentioned on the show before. I stole. I went to a mall. There was a pet shop, and I reached in, and there was a little boa constrictor, about the size of this, all curled up. I picked it up, put it in my pocket, and stole it. I named him Bob Boa. He died. He didn't eat. It was horrible. Should never have done that. And that was 40 years ago. I still feel bad about it. I stole a snake, and I named him Bob Boa, since my name is Bob Bowen. This guy, a mystery man, has been strutting in the streets of the Upper West Side in the subway with a 6-foot-long boa constrictor coiled around his neck. Here he is. With a snake around his neck. I don't understand why this is even making the paper. There's 40 guys in Times Square right now. Kiss me, I'm Irish. If anybody... Okay, this is insane. I like onions. I don't like onions. I do my onions and my pasta and my sausage sandwiches. I do peppers and onions, but typically I don't have onions on my burgers or anything. This guy grew an onion. You want to see the onion he grew? Look at that onion. Look. 20 pounds. That's a 20-pound onion. Look at that thing. The guy could barely lift it. It's like a bowling ball. Don't cry for me, Argentina. He has a lot of appeal. Garrett Griffin proudly displays a 20-pound onion which won a prize at the giant vegetable competition during a flower show in Yorkshire, England. That is going to be the thing on his gravestone. Here lies Garrett Griffin, a father, a great husband, and he once grew a 20-pound onion. He won! He won the onion festival, this guy. A stroller fiend is being held. A stroller pushing creep arrested on assault charges after allegedly terrorizing at least 5 women on the Upper East Side is being held on $50,000. Sam Menswaw, 32, has nearly a dozen prior arrests, was collared Thursday in connection to at least 8 ugly episodes. An assault on a 64-year-old grandmother. He deserves to be punished for that. In that September 9th incident, he allegedly shoved the woman around 3:30 p.m. onto East 77th Street near 3rd Avenue. On Saturday afternoon, he was standing before a judge in a yellow hoodie, offered nothing more than a polite answer. The judge issued an order of protection to each victim. A slugged worker, this is someone who got punched in the face, is suing a banker. A subway worker who was slugged while on the job at Coney Island Station is suing an investment banker arrested for the attack. Tanya McRae has been out of work since the December incident. I promise you, her lawyer said, we found out who punched you. Who was it? Was it a violent criminal? No, girl. He's a banker. He's an investment banker. Now, I need you to wear this thing around your neck. Say your neck hurts. Remember, your back hurts and you can no longer have sex with your husband. You cannot work. I don't want you work. I don't want you walking around shopping at the mall because they're going to follow you. Investigators will follow you. But you've got to sit in your house for a year. But girl, you're about to get paid. An investment banker punched you in the face. Tanya McRae has been out of work since December, in which John Francois Costi allegedly punched her while trying to access the private crew room. He's an investment banker. Don't you know he should be able to go wherever he wants? Don't you know who he is? I am a... This lady want to stomp on some bugs. Bug stomping mass murderer. Kind of cute. I could never date someone who stomps on a bunch of bugs. If you know her number, I need to talk to her immediately. It's a strictly sexual, personal. Hard drugs killing hard hats. A hard hat is somebody who works at a construction site. Construction workers had the greatest number of fatal drug overdoses of any profession in New York City. A staggering 269 construction workers died from overdoses in 2020. And that is going to be because of fentanyl, I guarantee it. Another 114 workers in food preparation and serving services died. There was nobody from Coach Check died. No one from Coach Check. Shocker, band played till tased. An Alabama high school band director was tased on the football field. An Alabama high school, they got the marching band. The instructor was tased after he refused to stop playing for the crowd. Police said, stop playing. He's like, no. Da, 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 da. He said, I'm doing what I do. I'm an instructor, construction conductor. Johnny Mims from Minor High School was charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and resisting arrest for encouraging his teenage band to continue playing long after the game had ended. This is his time to shine. He puts in all those hours. He wants to shine. Police were trying to clear out the high school at Jackson Orland Stadium after the Miners had allegedly beat the Mustangs 27-0. Let the guy play. His team just won 27-0. Hey, holy shit. The home team gladly left after cops asked them to stop playing. But Mims allegedly ordered his students to continue playing in victory. Police reportedly asked him to stop so students and ticket holders could leave, but he said, screw you. Now he's in jail playing the butt bongos. What are you in for? Murder? How about you? Grand larceny? How about you? Oh, I'm a conductor and my team played and we won, guys, 27-0. And I had them playing the March on Waterloo. It was a great song in B minor. Speaking of B minor, why don't you bend your bitch ass over mine? $443 for a month of Midtown parking. That's actually a pretty good deal. I don't know why that's in the paper, unless they're saying it's a good. Drivers who park in Midtown Manhattan better have trunks full of cash. The neighborhood takes the lead in nationwide for the highest parking cost. The cost is $443, being the cheapest monthly price for a space in the area. The average apartment is now $5,000. It's my first newscast of 2023. How am I doing? How am I doing? This is my old boss. I probably had, in the 5 years I worked for him, maybe 20 or 30 interactions. None of them were pleasant. I think one time, I said, "Hey Arnold, how you doing?" I think his longest answer was Ask Bruce Willis how he's doing. "I'm good, how you doing, pal?" Ask Stallone how he's doing. He's going to do something self-deprecating. He always did. "How you doing, Sly?" "With a face like this? I'm doing horrible, look at me." He always put himself down as a joke. Bruce was always your buddy. Sly was always funny. Every answer with Sly is funny. With Arnold, you're lucky if you get a I will be posting a bunch of my interactions with Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis. You've already seen the video of me getting a beer from Bruce Willis. I'm the only YouTuber. There are millions of YouTubers. I'm the only YouTuber getting served a beer by Bruce Willis. That I guarantee it. Guys, if you know her, I need to talk to them immediately. Also, her, and him. I need to talk to him and her also. It's strictly a sexual thing. Also, Cardi B. Cardi B looking good. Looks like she's drinking a Lucky Strike. No, what is that beer from? A Red Stripe from Jamaica. You go, girl. I'm just going around the dial. Are you ready? Guys, today we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. The first 3 people who call out their horoscope. Rev, you got to keep track for me because I won't. The first 3. 1, 2, and 3. The first 3. We got Virgo. We've got Pegasus, Leo, Virgo, Leo, and I don't know what Pegasus is. Scorpio. That's it. We're cutting them right there. Virgo, Leo, Scorpio. Keep track of that for me, Rev, because I'll forget. The first one was Virgo. A sacrifice of some kind will have to be made. Now, that doesn't mean kill a goat. Do not kill a goat. That's the old astroscope. A sacrifice of some kind will be made this week, but your big heart is ready to put other people first while you put your own needs on hold for a while. You may also be called on to advise a friend who lost their way. There is nothing better than reaching out to help someone in need. Leo. I think Leo's Catholic. Your career and your private life are pulling you into 2 very different directions at this moment. You need to find a way to bring them together. You can quite easily make room for both in your life if you stop wasting time on non-essential matters. The guy never came back for his bicycle. I feel bad. I feel like I wanted to sit here all night till he came back. How do you, first of all, have an electric bike plugged into the wall on a kickstand and you leave? That doesn't even make sense to me. An Uber Eats guy. Now, you might not walk all the way to the bike. You might be 50 feet away and go, "Where's my bike?" and left. So maybe I won't see the guy. I just want to tell him, "Sir, your bike is it's in custody." Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. Don't get suspicious Don't get suspicious just because a loved one is reluctant to tell you too many details about what they're doing. That's Bria. This is written about Bria. Hey girl, what you doing? Nothing. Oh yeah, where you at? Nowhere. Who you with? Nobody. What'd you do today? Nothing. A detective couldn't get anything out of her, but I love her. She's great. Yesterday I was having a really, really bad day. I got a text message. Hi babe, just wanted to see if you're okay. Bria. Just when I was in the depths of despair, Bria reaches out and pulls me out. That's a ride or die right there, bro. Don't get suspicious just because a loved one is reluctant to tell you too many details about what they're doing. They're probably screwing guys behind your back somewhere in Coney Island. Now, I don't appreciate this saying this. This is not conducive to a relationship. Okay, I made that part. If you are smart, you won't ask any questions and will just get on with your life. They'll let you in on the secret soon enough. Shall we do birthdays? Shall we do birthdays? Today's birthdays. I think we ran over. Billy, don't be a hero. Guys, he saved the day. Billy saved the day. He didn't listen to his wife, but he did save the day. Today is Patrick Mahomes, the second. Patrick Mahomes is a brilliant quarterback for the Chiefs. Clean my crusty lips. He is a quarterback for the Chiefs. He is a young man today. He turns 28. He is worth about $400 million. Selfish son of a bitch. Flo Rida. Flo Rida is an MC from Florida. I always thought he had a really cool name. Flo Rida is from Florida. Rapper known for Low, which was a #1 hit on the Billboard charts. Right Round. You've been the record, baby, right now. He does remakes. Whistle off his 4th album. And he sold a lot of records. Shout out to him. I'm just going around the dial. Scott Hoying. Did you guys see my selfie with Scott Hoying? Let's see. Scott Hoying has over 1 billion streams. Give me a second. I just saw it 2 days ago. Gotta be in here. I just saw it like 2 days ago on my Facebook. Maybe I didn't download. There he is. Look how good I look. Scott Hoying is from the group Pentatonics. They have videos on YouTube with over 1 billion views. They are an a cappella group. He's a singer, songwriter, and pianist, piano player, and a founding member of the vocal group Pentatonics. He was a finalist on CBS Star Search before winning the sing-off with Pentatonics. Super duper nice. I know him and his husband. He has performed the national anthem, God Bless America. If you type in Pentatonics, some of their songs, the Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The Father, the Fifth, the brothers and sisters, something, hallelujah. Hallelujah. King David said, the third, the bride, the people, something, Christ. You know the song. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I think it has 1 billion streams on there. But that's a Bobby Lee. the funny Asian. I don't like to use the word Asian because I don't know what country he's from, but Bobby Lee's very funny Asian actor. It's not a derogatory, he's Korean. Asia could cover a whole plethora of countries and ethnicities. It's Korean. Filthy comic. Very funny, but filthy. Sometimes they don't have an off button. I'm just going around the dial. I got nothing. Oh, everybody loves them. John Ritter. Jack Tripper from Come and Knock on My Door. I've been waiting for you. Could you imagine? He had to play a gay guy on the show because he had 2 female roommates. And Mr. Roper wasn't going to let some guy in there if he was doing that. And he's sitting there, a straight man, and he's got 2 female roommates. And one of them is Suzanne Summers. Man, she was fine. I'm gonna play a gay guy. What's that? Hank Williams Sr. There's a big one. Look at the old school microphone. Hank Williams Sr. had 10 singles in the Billboard 35 top 10 singles in the country charts. Whoops. Guys, my thing just ended, so we're going to call it a day in a second anyways, but let's just finish up. Let's finish up what we're doing here. There we go. My gimbal died. I walked for 3 hours last night. He dropped out of school to write music in the Drifting Cowboys. He drank heavily when his bandmates... Wait, a country western guy drinking heavily? The math ain't mathin' right here. He released 11 #1 singles between 1948 and 1953, including You're Cheating Hard and Hey Good Looking, What You Got Cooking, How About Cooking Something Up With Me. He also had one saying, Can I Grab Your Titty on a Friday Night? Now that one didn't get as much airplay, but it was a pretty good song. Girl, you're sitting there looking such a sight. Can I grab your titty Friday night? Didn't get a lot of airplay back then, so, but big hit in Australia. Big hit in Australia. So, Can I Grab Your Titty Friday Night? I mean, that's an old classic. They played that at my, hold on one. They played that at my brisk. Sitting at the bar, you're a hell of a sight, but can I grab your titty Friday night? It's a classic. It's played at every wedding in the Appalachian Mountains. All right, let's see who else we got here. I'm just going around the dial. Hey, I didn't write the song. Why are you mad at me? He wrote the song. I mean, let the guy grab a titty on Friday night. What do you care? Famous deaths. Boogie Bob's YouTube career ended today. That's very typical. Let's go around the dial. Who do we got here? We've got Bobby the Brain Heenan, considered the greatest manager in the history of wrestling. He was called the Weasel because one time he had a match where if he lost, he had to dress up in a weasel costume. Bobby the Brain was the manager of heels, always a heel. A heel was a bad guy in wrestling. When Andre the Giant turned bad, Bobby the Brain, Big John Studd, remember the Iron Sheik, all those guys. Bobby the Brain Heenan was the worst of all of them. Spiro Agnew. He was the vice president under, under Richard Nixon. He was forced to resign in 1973 after being charged with accepting bribes. Under Richard Nixon? He would do that? No way. Red Skelton, by many comics to this day, is considered the funniest clown prince of comedy. He was absolutely, for anything you did, he was very physical. Actor, known for his TV clown who portrayed Clem Keitelhopper in the Raleigh cigarette program. Back in the day, guys, they used to have, guys, today we're doing a cooking show with Martha Johnson, brought to you by Raleigh Cigarettes. They're great. Oh, that tobacco. You can't do that anymore. Self-titled show, The Red Skelton Show. He was a huge influence on Jonathan Winters, Robin Williams, all those type of actors. Paula Yates. Where do I remember her from? Paula Yates, beautiful woman. I remember her from something. She was a TV host or something. She was a tourist, by the way. Her parents divorced in 1970. She was a longtime British host. Shows The Tube and The Big Breakfast. God bless her. Richard Basehart, Franklin Vaughn, Cokie Roberts. What a name, Cokie. Oh, Vitas Gerulaitis, one of the first bad boys of tennis. Vitas Gerulaitis was a Leo, fast-living tennis star who lived the playboy lifestyle, died from a faulty pool heater. A faulty pool heater sounds like it was probably, more than likely, the fumes that kill you while you're sleeping. I'm just going around the dial. I don't know any of these guys. Let's call it a day. I don't think there's anybody down this far on the list. That's it. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I ask that you be kind and loving to each other, and certainly today is a day to celebrate yourself. That's not what I meant, Ambrose. Don't celebrate in that way. Well, you can. Sure can. Celebrate yourself. Be kind to yourself. Not that way, RJ. Did not mean that like that. I merely meant you deserve to feel good about yourself and to shine so that you can shine for someone else. I want to thank the Rev for holding me down for a week. I missed you guys very much. This might happen again coming up. My party season is coming. It's starting to get chilly out here. Today it's down to a low of 125 degrees, so that's good. That's good. I want to thank you for tuning in. I ask you to please be kind and loving to each other, because of yourself, because you deserve it. If ain't nobody told you today you're special, I'm telling you now, you're special. Especially Valerie. She's so much better than Seashell. Way better than Seashell, but not as good as Jason. Valerie is not as good as Jason. Jason is much better, which means he's also better than Seashell, because Valerie is better than Seashell. Look who's here. I'm Worthit's in the house. Hi, I'm Worthit. How are you? How are you? Bone Man's in the house. Now, Bone Man's better than everybody, except RJ. And RJ's better than every single person in here, except Colleen. I wore my blue watch today because Colleen likes it when I wear the blue watch. I want to thank you. I'm a Crip. By the way, I joined the Crips this weekend when I was in jail. So now all I can wear is blue. So there's a blood over there, and I think me and him are going to have a little bit of problem. I will talk to you tomorrow. God bless you. I don't know if I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take it back. Emwall's here, so maybe I will come back tomorrow. Thank you, guys. I love you all, especially Loco and my cousin Vinny. Talk to you soon. God bless you. Thank you.